Hello. How we
Hello,
doing?
hello. I was like,
Hi.
there's a little delay there. I'm like, are we live? Did I not push the right button? I think we're good.
There, it's there.
And,
Yep. How you doing? How you
I'm
doing?
good. I'm looking on the screen going, do you notice? I have a tan.
You do have a little tan. I see that. I do. I do. You've been outside? You had a
This
nice
the
trip.
out the outside time that I had was, so for those that don't know, I went home to Wisconsin this weekend for my 40th class reunion. I was 10 when I graduated from high school, right? Uh,
Yeah, we both were. Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But the one of the coolest things was not the reunion, and not that the reunion wasn't cool. It was great. But on Saturday morning before the reunion, I had a cacao ceremony. I had
Hmm.
6 women there. And because
Awesome.
the weather was so nice, we did it outside on my dad's like
Nice.
patio.
Nice.
And I was actually in the shade, but the sun had to be like bouncing somewhere somehow. So, like I knew I had gotten sun, but it's actually me just sitting here now looking like I have a tan.
You do. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. You
So,
look good. It
went
looks
from the
good.
sunshine state to Wisconsin for a tan.
I know.
And
That's
really,
funny.
but some of that is true. It's like the sun is milder up there than what it is down
More
here.
more
So
tolerable.
it's
Yeah.
much easier for me to tolerate the sun up there than down
Yeah.
here. So
For sure, for
that
sure.
was good.
But it looks good. A little R&R with the fam, right? And your cacao. I
Yes.
love that you did a cacao ceremony up there.
It was super
Fantastic.
nice. And
Yeah.
also, because here when I do my cacao ceremonies, sometimes I have new people, but
Mhm.
a lot of the people coming, it is not their first experience with cacao. And so a couple of these women had had cacao before. One of them had had cacao, but never in a ceremonial way. And so, to have all these cacao virgins with me made it extra special.
Yeah.
And, and the fact that they all like really participated in it, like soaked
Awesome.
it in, were happy that they came, because you never know. Like when people
Yeah.
try, like I'll try it, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
So it was it was really good. One of my favorite things of the whole ceremony was um towards the end, one of the women said, she's like, I don't know if it's just me, but as everybody's talking and sharing, I see myself in each and every one of you. And everyone was just nodding, like, yes, like, and that's why we do these things in
I love it.
circles, for everybody to realize
Yep.
that we are all connected and we are all going through this together. And yeah, I was like, this is exactly why I do this. This is perfection.
That's beautiful. I love that story. Yes, it is perfection. And I love that you're doing cacao, you're spreading it outside the state of Florida, which is so nice,
Yes, because
right?
we need more people in their heart space.
We do.
Um,
We
Full
do.
disclosure, I am not drinking cacao right now because pretty much immediately after we finish this podcast, I am leading a cacao ceremony for our full moon here.
Mhm.
And but one other quick story I want to share before we get to the topic,
Sure.
because it's been something, and I don't know why, but for the past few months, I've just been thinking so much about my childhood home and the swing on the front porch. It was like a two-seater swing. I can't even guess how many hours I spent sitting on that swing, either just sitting there and swinging, sitting there with a book,
Mhm.
sitting there talking to my mom, talking to my dad,
Mm.
with a friend. Like
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Like just thinking about how, like, even the fact that my dad had time to sit and swing on this fence with me, my
Yeah.
mom had time to sit and swing on the porch with me, and like that doesn't happen anymore. And
Mhm.
so I hadn't been past that, because my family, we don't live there anymore. We moved away from there when I was 14. So, but my flight flew into Appleton. Thank you, Allegiant Air. It was my very first time at the airport too. And I
Shut
will
up.
be taking these flights again. So easy, convenient. So
Great.
since we were in Appleton, I'm like, Dad, can we drive past the house? And he was like, sure. And so drove by, and like the main thing I wanted to know is like, is the porch swing still there? And
Oh,
it's
and
not.
it's not? Oh, I was waiting for the drum roll, please. Oh,
No, it
yeah.
is not. And it was just like, it made me sad, and partially
No.
because it just kind of represents to me that how busy we've gotten in life these days, and no one slows down enough to just sit on
Mhm.
the porch and swing.
I know. Oh, I know. I'm sorry it wasn't
No.
there. And I'm sorry whoever lives there doesn't get to have a porch swing and do it. I think, I know, I've been feeling the same way, but the kids are indoors on video games a lot. And it's so funny you're saying that because I just had a conversation with a coworker and friend who talks about her grandson. And, you know, is he getting playtime? Is he getting enough attention? So we always look at that, from our perspective, older women here that can look back on our childhoods and realize what it is and what it means to have that quality time with the parents, with the grandparents, with the whole tribe. There's nothing more important.
And without devices. I'm like, when you
That's
see
awesome.
like a baby picks up and knows how to use a cell phone, I'm like,
I
what
know.
is that?
I know. They're scrolling.
Crazy.
The 2-year-olds are doing this, or the 1-year-olds even like
Yes.
this in the grocery
Yes.
cart.
So not okay. But
I know.
anyway, I'll try not to judge.
I know. We want the human experience and the human touch and the human interaction. That's what's best for these kids coming in. Yeah. Anyway,
So
so
our
topic.
topic today, I'm excited about it. I was like, I don't know that this is really a very sexy topic, but it is to
Mm,
me, like looking back on my life, this is a really important topic. And so I want to share what I know about it so that people don't make mistakes that I made.
ah.
So our topic is, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? And, like the list goes on and on, all the reasons that we're not doing the things.
Yes.
I don't
Hmm.
have time. I don't have money.
Hmm.
I need to lose weight.
Hmm.
Um, I need to learn more. What are some other ones that I'm missing?
I feel like fear is a huge one. I'm
Yes.
fearful of what could happen. Who am I going to let go? What am I going to do? How's that going to change who I am in relationships to other people, the roles I play? Fear. That's the biggest one for me that I see because we always can make an excuse about why it's not a good time.
Yes.
But
And I'm
what's
glad you brought that up because fear is almost never my reason for not doing something. Like I've always been a little bit of a
yeah.
daredevil, try things like what's the worst that can happen? I don't like it and then I don't do it. And I
Mhm,
think
mhm.
my hair has always been a representation of that. Someone said the other day, someone was like, she's like, that took a lot of balls to do it. And I'm like, I didn't really see it that way. Like, for me, it was more the logistics,
Yeah.
the physical comfort of it, all of those things. So fear is generally not my excuse, but I will talk
Mhm,
about, well, actually for one that I'm going to talk about, yes.
mhm.
But and actually since I'm thinking about that, we'll talk about that one
You did that
first.
one? Okay.
Yes. So, because I am 100% sure that there are other people out there listening to this
Yeah.
and they're not doing the thing, and I'm going to tell you what the thing is, probably because of fear. So, that thing for me that I kept waiting and waiting, and I don't know if that waiting, like looking back now, was it 10 years? Was it 15 years? I don't know.
Mhm.
I waited way, 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 way too long to get divorced.
Oh, you hit that nail on the head for me too. That's a biggie.
And and like looking
Mhm.
back, like, yes, I 1,000%. It wasn't just fear, it was also like my perfectionism, not
Mhm.
wanting to disappoint other people, because
Mhm.
like my family, my parents were the till death do you part, my grandparents were till death do you part.
Yep.
And like divorce is failure, and I don't want
Yes.
to fail.
Right.
And so there was that part. Like, I made this commitment till death do us part. Like,
Mhm.
when I make a commitment, I stick with my commitment. And but at some point it's like this commitment is not serving me, it's not doing me any good. Like, but then there's the fear, like, am I going to find anybody else? Am I going to be alone for the rest of my life? How am I going to do this alone?
Mhm.
um and then, like, once you get past that, I don't know, I'm sure there are more reasons as well. But finally, at one point, I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I just need to be free. And so I did it. And best decision of my life. And I do get everything happens when it's supposed to happen. And this could have happened way, way sooner.
Well, I
Way, way
definitely
sooner.
can relate. I can relate to that one. As you know, I'm divorced too. And I had the same fears and then some, because I had children to
Mhm.
consider, right? And so I'm fearful for them. How will it affect them negatively? When they have to go bouncing between houses. It really was my daughter. That was a big consideration. So I was fearful of that, and I was really in it for the long haul for them, and I was kind of putting them first for a long time. And not to say it was a horrible situation, because my ex was wonderful to live with. We just kind of grew apart. And I think a lot of people are fearful to make changes in general. The unexpectedness of what's to come is sometimes very fearful. You know what you have, right? And you feel safe in it. And so when you lose that certainty and that safety, it's too afraid. You're too afraid to go there. So, but we forget what could be the possibilities. What could us having a new life and a new scenario, a new relationship, a new surrounding, whether it's a new house or otherwise, a new job. What are we missing out on if we don't take that leap because fear has paralyzed us? I mean, I just feel like that's one of the biggest ones for me over my lifetime is, fear paralyzing me not to take the next step, not to take the job, not to take the step into the relationship or the new relationship. So, and it also, and I like that you brought up the sort of conditioning and are just about the marriage aspect. How programmed are we that you're in it till death do you part, and your parents, your grandparents, if they did it, well, they're going to look down upon you, they're going to judge you, you're not the person they thought you were, you're not the person you thought you were, you can't do it, you can't be like them, you're trying to fill those shoes of you know I fell in love with my high school sweetheart and I love him for the rest of my life, and you have this idea of who you are, and all of a sudden that changes. It's because life is complex and we're complex and we're not who they were in the 1950s. We've changed, we've evolved, so relationships definitely have taken a different turn. And of course we change as we grow and evolve. We either grow and evolve together in the relationship or we grow apart. And that's basically, what happened in my world. But you know fear fear is a motivator and fear is a paralyzer. So it's like, what do you want it to be? What do you want it to be for you? And don't let fear move you in a certain direction. That's always true. I mean, never act on fear. That's my big thing. I've definitely come to know myself and to ask myself, about the fear question. Am I not doing it because of fear? Well, I'm not going to let that be, because we're going to have a conscious decision. We're going to have a conversation, and we're going to sit with it and sit with our body and move in the direction that fits, not out of fear. Right? So anyway.
Yeah. The other story I will share about waiting like 15 years to do what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
is Egypt.
Oh, don't go there with me. I want to go so bad.
But so I met Mary Lamando, my Egyptologist, which, you know, she's been on the show here before. But you know, I call her my Egyptologist, and people are like, "Your Egyptologist?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't you have an Egyptologist?"
She is.
Everyone should have one. But you know, so I met her so many years ago. So at least 20 years ago, more than that.
Wow.
More than that. Probably like 25 years ago. Anyway, like from the moment I heard the word Egypt, like something stirred inside me. I have to go. And so Mary takes groups to Egypt twice a year, every year. And so, you know, since I met her and I was on her email list, every year it'd be like, these are the dates for the next tour. And I'd just be like, I don't have the money. I don't have the money. Because trust me, it ain't cheap to go to Egypt.
No.
And it's not just like the money that you have to spend on the trip, but then you have to go there for like 2 weeks. You can't just go for a few days.
Right.
It takes you a whole day to get there and then some and coming back. And so, and there's all the things that you need to see over there. And like, you can't see them in a minute. Like, so you got to go for a while. So it's not just I got to pay for everything to get over there, but then it's also, I'm missing this time, 2 weeks of work. So, you know, it's a lot. And so every year, I can't afford to go. I don't have the money. I can't afford to go. And finally, 8 years ago, it was going to be my 50th birthday. And I just said a big giant fuck it. I am going.
Yes.
I don't have the money right now either. I don't know how this is going to happen, but I am declaring it. I am going. And if that means I got to beg the money from my dad, rob a bank, start a GoFundMe, prostitute myself, like, I didn't care. I'm like, I will figure out the money, but I am just declaring that I'm going. Yeah. And so I put my deposit down to save my spot on the trip. I don't remember now exactly, but it was a very short time, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks after I put my deposit down.
Yeah.
I used to teach some therapy modalities, and one of the people that I would teach for, that's a whole story in itself. And he's like, can you come to to England next weekend and teach? And I was like, you know, for me to arrange all of that short notice like that, but I was like, how much are you going to pay me to do this? And I kid you not, like what he was going to pay me was exactly the amount of money that I needed to go to Egypt.
I love that. I love this story. I love this story. I've never heard it, but I love it. Such a perfect situation here.
But this is the thing too, is like we make up these excuses why we can't do things. And when we just decide that we're going to do them, the universe arranges itself to support that in happening.
Yes.
And so, you know, I bring this story up too, because there's so many times in life that there are things that we want for ourselves and we put them off for every excuse, whether that is fear, whether that is money, whether that is my family needs me, I can't do this, or my work can't survive without me for that long. And the point is, like, they're all just stories that we make up. They're not actually true. And if you decide, you make the decision, all of that stuff will sort out.
Yeah, I think that's true. I love the story that you're telling because you have a clear, I mean, it's the universe supporting you. It is a clear indication that when you decided that you were going to go, that you had that plop into your lap. You didn't know where it was going to come from, but your energy brought you to make that decision. And because you did that and you just felt it, you embodied it, you got the support. I mean, I love that story for that. And I think when we ask ourselves, well, what are you waiting for? Whatever it is in everybody's life out there that's listening, what are you waiting for? Ask yourself the question of the cost of waiting. Because what if you don't take that leap into your dream and you delay it? What if you don't take that step into the relationship that you want or the job you want or whatever it is you want? What if your conversation that you wanted to have with that person, you just couldn't do it because, you just didn't know how it would occur or the outcome was going to be. So you just shut down. I think that sometimes we have to ask ourselves, if I don't take this next step, what's it going to cost me? Because then you're there doing the same thing, waiting and waiting and waiting. And sometimes we even perseverate over it. And it just kind of works on us and works on us and works on us. So, you don't want to be stuck in that cycle. You don't want to have the regrets that, that come along with the waiting and the not doing and the being silent and shutting down. That over the years has been a big piece for me, because when you feel you want movement and you feel you need to change direction, you feel it bubbling up inside. It's like, if you don't, you're going to be looking back weeks, months, even years saying, what if should I have, so anyway, I think that going into your decision-making process, you've got to, in my, the things that took me to this point in my life was, I got to be confident in my decision. I got to own my decision. And when I make a decision, realize this is the best I'm going to do for this point in time in my life with all that I know, with all who I am. This is the best decision for me, and stay secure in that. Because again, if you don't move into it with fear, you won't have that niggling at you. If I don't do it, I'm going to be no. So the groundedness in your decision-making process is key, so that you say, I'm not having regrets. You're looking back.
Don't they say that, like, when they interview people towards the end of their life, like, most people are not regretting the things that they did do. They're regretting the things that they didn't do. And so don't let yourself get to that point where you're at the end and now it's not an option anymore. And, so sitting there in the regret, in the what if, and I will say I've always been, quote unquote, brave and taking risks and trying different things than what other people would do. Definitely have walked the path, the road less traveled, but I think part of that is even if I tried something and didn't necessarily love it in the end, like, there was still this feeling, I'll call it a high from having attempted it anyway.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And just like everything, I haven't done this one. It's not on my list. If it was on my list, I would have done it already. But I know you have done it. Jumping out of a plane.
Oh yeah,
skydiving. Skydiving is one of those things. Like, a lot of people have it on their bucket list.
Yeah, Mm-hmm.
And
It's
how many people are just sitting there like, no, not yet, not yet. Like, again, if this is something you want to do, what are you waiting
what are
for?
you waiting for?
What?
Absolutely. Permission.
And what?
I said permission because that's where I want to go next.
Yes. And you know me, I'm like the great permission giver. Like,
I
you
know.
don't need permission from me,
I love
but
it.
if you're waiting for permission, I give it to you right
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Like, whatever that thing is that you're waiting for permission for
Yeah.
someone to tell you it's okay, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. And
You right now. It's okay. Just do it.
do it. Exactly. Good. I'm so glad you said that because that's where I was going to go. I want to go next is that, sometimes we don't have that person, right, to give us the reassurance or, we're grappling with a decision, but the people that are surrounding us that you're asking to help you hash out this decision, if you need those people, they're saying, oh, well, I don't know. Well, what if, and are you sure? Because if you do this, then if you're getting that kind of response, that's not the person you should be talking to.
Well,
So,
as you're saying that, like, I'm looking at a lot of the decisions that I've made in my life, and people, and there have been those, like, thank God that
yeah,
I don't listen to other people, because otherwise I would be so unhappy sitting and doing the things that, like, have no interest to me.
right.
But I do recognize for some people it's really hard when you
Yeah,
have other people telling you, are you sure you want to do that? Like, that's not really what people do, or no, you know, all the bullshit. And, looking at me sitting here where I am professionally, and all of the shoulds that I had to disobey to get to where I am. And, like, in my networking lately, in my going to the class reunion, and seeing how many people
mm,
are on a daily basis
mm,
going into work that they don't like, that doesn't bring them any joy,
mm,
but because it's what they should do.
mm.
And uh, I ain't
Yeah.
got time for shitting. I ain't got time for shitting.
I know you don't. And it's true. I mean, people do the shoulding. And I think, a lot of us get locked into certain jobs and we don't like it, but it's paying the bills and we have responsibilities. And I know people who are raising kids and have to put a roof over their head and food in their mouth and clothes on their back. I get why you do the things you do, but then you have this unfulfilled life that when the kids leave, grow up and say, bye-bye, I'm going to live my own life, you're stuck in it because now you're entrenched for 30 years and you just can't get out of this. This is who you are. This is your ego. This is what you've been doing. You can't see your way out of it. So, and I get that. I get that. I was there to a certain degree. I mean, I took a few shifts in my life enough to, feel fulfilled and feel motivated. Right now, I've been in the same job for 15 years. And, I'm looking, do I want to change? And so I'm reinventing myself a little bit at work, which is nice. And also I'm doing the things with you, Julietta, which is great, is because when I find the little extracurricular activities that feed me and the relationships that I have outside of work, I really do feel that I have a fulfilled life. I really do feel that I'm doing things, making decisions that best suit who I am becoming, because we're constantly becoming. If you think you stopped becoming and this is it, it's flatline and this is who you are for the rest of your life, you're wrong. But, I think going back to what you're saying about permission, and I want to just put in this tidbit because you are that person. I mean, largely in my life, because we've been friends for so long, you do it so well that if I have a decision to make, you're like, if you joke around with me a little bit, I give you permission. I know you're joking, but you already know the direction I want to go. So you support me in that direction. And I think that is the wisdom about this, or the emotional maturity that we have, and the discernment that the decision maker has to take is, share your story, your decisions, or your things that you're thinking through that you need assistance with or help with people who are going to support you and the best decision for you, and not hold you back because of their own fear, of the possibility of what they feel like in your decision making process. That's not you. That's not you. So unless you come to a person who you can bounce things off of, and get some good feedback that supports your best interest, your best decision making process, not theirs, not their agenda, and not their fears, then you're in the wrong tribe.
Yeah.
So the community.
I just want to emphasize like how important that was. Like, it's one thing if our own fears stop us from doing something, but when you let somebody else's fear stop you from doing something, like that's like that's like the worst of the worst. So like, if other people are telling you no, don't do that, but in your heart it's the right thing to do, like, don't let their fears stop you from doing what's right for you.
I know.
Like that broke my heart a little bit just thinking about, because I guarantee you there are people,
there's
lots of people out there that it's not their own fears that are stopping them, it's somebody else's fear that's stopping them. Ouch, that hurts. That hurts.
And I know. And I am talking a bit of from experience. I mean, I have to say, I had fear in my DNA, deep within my DNA, and my grandmother, my mom, anxiety, nervousness, fear. I could sense it when I would ask about certain decisions. I mean, even getting divorced. Just to take it back to there, I mean, my grandmother was one, you stay the course, you stay married. This is why. And you don't know what you're going to get into, and you don't know what's going to be out there, and you don't know what relationship you're going to be in next. I mean, she was great at that. So it's like, but it also pushed me outside the family system, outside the family dynamics, to search for, and this is why I went to therapy. I'm going to kind of bounce things off of maybe a professional that has an objective view without fear, because that's what they're there for. But at the same time, I also remained in circles that started to support me and not, have the fear. Because there are friends that I've had who are very fearful in and of their own lives. So it's like, who are you talking to? Does it suit you? And is this a good match for a deep conversation and a real true friendship? Because as you evolve, maybe the friendships evolve too, and they change. You're not who you were when you were 15 as you are when you're 50. So, I mean, I think that,
although having gone to my class reunion, some of them still are, but
I know. And the friends you had at 15, 16, 17 in high school that still are you friends with them on a very close basis at this point in your life? Because if they didn't leave high school, I'm willing to bet you're not, right? So, I mean, we do evolve in different ways, and we end up finding your tribe that, suits you. And so that's where we are. That's where we are in community. So I think our community has the ability to support those decisions, not out of fear. We have the ability to have the emotional maturity in, guiding each other, helping people take small steps towards what they need to do. If it's too overwhelming and fearful for them, well, sure, maybe the big leap is too much, but taking a small step is a little more comfortable. So, I'm just putting it out there that we have a tribe that does that.
We do have a tribe that does that. And I will say, like, yes, sometimes taking baby steps forward is a great way to get where you're going. And sometimes too, that's just more procrastination. I'm probably the one that climbs straight up to the high dive and jumps right off. But but yes, like if jumping full all in is too much,
Mm-hmm.
take the baby steps,
Mm-hmm.
move forward. Like,
Yeah,
um,
just move.
but stop waiting.
Yeah.
Stop waiting.
Stop
Like,
waiting. For sure. For sure.
ah,
Anyway, well, we, I know, are getting to a close. I know you have cacao ceremony to do, and I know you're going to co-create wonderful things there with everybody. And maybe they'll be making some life decisions after that cacao.
they just might be. You don't know. It's beautiful what cacao helps facilitate.
Yes.
And so if you're waiting for something, maybe sitting with cacao can help you move forward.
Yep.
And I do also just want to put out there, like, if you've been waiting on signing up for our retreat in October, like, the time is now to stop
Yeah.
waiting. I need you to sign up today, tomorrow, like now. Stop waiting. And like, if there's a reason like why you're waiting, that you need someone to talk you through it, reach out to me, reach out to Doris. We
Mm-hmm.
will talk you through it. This is one of those things that um, because I've been through so many of these retreats and seeing how people are on the other side, like,
Yeah.
I always end up feeling bad for the people that didn't sign up, because I know what they missed. And it's one of those, like, regret on the other side when you see the woman on the other side, like, just floating around and making their life happen, making the shifts happen, and just being so bright and light. And like, you got to stop waiting and just jump in. And yes, it costs money to go to retreat. You're going to find the money if you
Mm-hmm.
decide that you want to come.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people need you, your kids need you, your friends need you, your work needs you. They will figure it out while you're gone. It's only 4 days. Like, you're not that important. They will figure it out.
They will. And you're that worthy of the time away, the time for yourself, the days and nights to integrate the new you and the transformation that will happen to you, because we're used to seeing that. That's what you're saying, Julietta. What's on the other side is a transformed person that is so beautiful. That's why, we're doing it. We're doing this for women, especially to be supported in the transformation. We've been holding space for people to do that, whether it's a cacao ceremony, a sound healing ceremony, whatever it is. Us being there and supporting your transformation is what moves us, doesn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. And so you went exactly where I was going, that
Good.
you are worth it, you are
Mhm.
worthy, you deserve this.
Yes.
Sign up. We'll see you there.
Sounds good.
And in the meantime, I'm going to let you all go so I can go get set up for this cacao ceremony, and do some little changes in people's lives there.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
all right, great
Have fun.
discussion.
Ciao for
Stop
now.
waiting, everybody. Stop waiting and create